Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to day 27 of Inktober. So this is a picture of my whole calendar where I'm just putting the most basic form of each tangle on it. And then I move to a larger piece of paper where I'm combining all 31 to make a giant collage basically. So today's tangle is called Narfello, and it has a really cute story. I don't know if you can look it up or not, but it's created by Zentangle, and they made the tangle and didn't have a name for it. So it was a contest, and the person who named it had a really cute story to go with why she chose this name. So just a little comment on the tangles. Don't always look like what they're called. They did that on purpose, so the names tend to look more random. So kind of fun. Okay, so Narfello is a Zentangle tangle, and I'm starting with a Micron 01 pen. I'm going to make it on here first. If you'd like a copy of this calendar, I have it available on my Facebook page called Let's Tangle. See if I can do that without... Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So I just copied this out on a piece of copy paper, and it's working great for this. And then I added the extra line in to put the name. Okay, Narfello, this starts with a curvy line. And then we just repeat the same thing. This is basically an aura, which means we're just following alongside it, but it's spaced out more than an aura would be. Okay, so this next part, I'm going to go into the second one. So here's the first line. I'm going to go into the second, and I'm going to take this little curve here, and I'm just going to extend it down. And this curve, extending it down. So I just took those curves and then brought them all the way across to the other side. Now I'm going to do the same thing the opposite way. So I've got this little curve here, and I'm going to extend it down to the other side. Right off that curve. And then I go back to this little curve that's going to the left. So I'm going to follow that curve and come down. And that's Narfello. So pretty. So to shade this, I would put a little bit of graphite in each of these angled areas. These little nooks in here. Try not to forget any of them. I think I got them all. And then take a tortillon or a blending tool and push those towards that center without going all the way across. I didn't put any in there. I mean, you could take your time with this. I'm going a little bit quick, but there we go. It's so pretty, a little ribbony type tangle. Okay, now I'm going to switch to my large sheet of mixed media paper. I'll zoom out. All right, here's what I've got going on. I'm down to just this little space here, and we're on number 27 today. So I have to fit about 5 more tangles, and if I've got extra room, then I'll pick some of my favorites and repeat them over here. Let's get a little bit trickier to work on. All right, so Narfello, I feel like I kind of want to fill up this space up here, and I think that would be kind of a good background. So I'm going to zoom back in. There we go. And I'm going to switch to a PN, plastic nib pen. One of these doesn't work very well, and I always forget which one it is, but this is the PN. It gives a little bit thicker line, and it shows up a little bit nicer on this paper. Okay, so I'm imagining these ribbons coming down this way, which means I need to play around with going behind things. So that might be a little bit tricky, but let's try it. I'm going to start here. Just making a curvy line. Looking good so far. I'm going to put one more over here. I think this will look good as a filler. So I'm going to imagine this kind of going like this. And like that maybe. I don't know. Like that. And following that. All right, that's all I'm going to do for right now, but I like how that fits in there really well. So now on those bumps, remember I'm finding a bump and kind of following it out. So right here I've got this little bumped out belly, and I'm just going to follow it and go down. Maybe I'll zoom in a little more again. Okay, so I've got this bump and I just kind of extend it. This bump and extend it. Ooh, that got a little bit funny. And there's those. And now I go the opposite way. Now I've got this little bump that goes to the right. So I'm going to follow that down. And obviously mine are each looking slightly different, but nobody seems to be bothered by my tangles being imperfect. So I'm not going to bother with it. Okay, so I'm going to go this way now. Over the belly. And I've got a little bit of space here. Like that. And then up here, let's see, this would go like this. Just kind of making this up because I'm not exactly sure how it would go up here, but good enough. We did it. Okay, so before I shade this, I'm going to show you a couple of variations. So one very simple variation is just filling in the shapes. So I'm going to take this last one here and add orbs. So I'm going to do a large orb like that, and then I'm going to do like a letter C, so it kind of squishes in there like this. A backwards C, I guess. And then a C and a C. See how that changes it completely? So I'm going to do an orb in the middle, and then these little C shapes, filling in the little tiny empty areas. C shape. And filling them in. I've got one more right here to do. There we go. So as always, these are meant to be a starting point, and then you can play around and add whatever you would like. So I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one maybe right here. And I just want to play around with this idea of doing sort of a single or double one and not one that has so much to it. So I'm gonna go like that, and then aura alongside of it. And on this bump out, I continue this bump out this way. So see how just as a single one, it looks kind of pretty. I feel like I need one more going through here. So let's see if I can pull that off. All right, and this one has a bump there and there and there. That looks pretty cool. So now I'm just going to show you a quick tip on how to fill this in to make it look like it's part of the rest of this. So my big thing is orbs, aura-ing, and filling in with ink. So this to me seems too big for an orb and too big to fill in. So I'm going to aura this ribbon shape. Look at how much that filled it in, and I'm going to aura this ribbon shape. And I've got this leftover spot here that I can go ahead and ink in. And then up here I still have room, so let's put an orb in here. And then I'm going to aura the orb several times. And I'll fill this in here. Over here I can put an aura, not an aura, an orb. And I can fill in some ink there. Same down here. And then I'm actually going to aura. Look at how different that makes that look. When I do an orb and I put an aura, and then I ink. Look at how those ribbons just naturally fit in there. So I'm going to add some shading, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.